Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. Let's warm up ourselves for the meeting with this silly, childish, I would say stupid question, a brain teaser. We usually start on green and stop on red. Am I right? Yeah. But at a certain instance in an activity, we always start on red and stop on green. What is this activity? When do we start on red and stop at on red? Sorry, green.
On a traffic light.
Traffic light, we start on green and stop at red.
Stop at red and start at green, no?
Yes, but I am telling that it happens opposite to this. When we start on red and stop on green. A clue we usually do in summer. Very common. Okay.
AC.
AC? How?
Air
No.
conditioner. No.
Okay. Let me tell you. When we eat a watermelon, let's start the meeting. I am Sunil Gupta.
Is he stuck?
Yes.
Let's wait for a minute for him. I think he's back. Yes, Sunil. We
Sorry.
lost you at the beginning
Yeah,
of
yeah.
So please start from.
Yeah. So please keep your videos on and audios off. However, you can turn on your audio when you are called or you need to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International doesn't put any restriction on speaking on these topics, at the Gabbys Toastmasters Club, we request all the speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Our mission is to provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. I hope you will break the barriers but not the guidelines. So let me call upon today's presiding officer of the meeting, Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur. Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur is a post prevention of sexual harassment and POXO, protection of children from sexual offences trainer who helps build inclusive workplace. He is also a communication and workplace skills coach. He is an English faculty who has helped so far more than 2,000 students ace the board examinations. In Toastmasters, He is currently playing uh, the role of the president of the club, the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club. As far as I know, in her personal life, she is a very dedicated mother. She has given up her reputed career as an English faculty to look after her children. So please welcome a dedicated mother, a dedicated Toastmasters, a determined Toastmaster, the presiding officer of the meeting, Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur. Over to you, Jaspreet.
Thank you so much, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta. And a big round of applause for Toastmaster Sunil Gupta for breaking the barriers right at the beginning and explaining to us, because we go from green, yellow to red. He made us go from red, yellow to green. Now, every time I'm going to eat a watermelon this summer, I am going to all this particular analogy is going to come to my mind for sure. So thank you for doing that. And this is your creative edge that you create every time. Thank you very much for starting the meeting in such a creative way. Thanks a lot for that. And with this, I declare meeting number 75 of the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club to order. I welcome all of you over here for this meeting and hope to have a great time, all of us together. And we have a guest with us today, Arpita. Arpita, are you a Toastmaster, a guest? Could you tell us something about yourself?
Yeah, I myself, Arpita, I have almost 10 plus years of experience as a psychologist. I do teenage counseling and as well as adult counseling. So my qualification is in counseling and psychotherapy, and I've done a diploma in child and adolescent. So I live in Bangalore, GP Nagar. I'm like Nancy has invited for this session today's.
All right. Thank you so much for being here. And let's hope you enjoy the meeting and you stay with us till the end to give us the feedback about the meeting. We would love to hear that. And I'll move on to more guests as and when they join in. And with this, let's move ahead. Now, we talk about Toastmasters. We all know that Toastmasters celebrated its 100th anniversary last year. Now, what does this mean? This means that Toastmasters has been there, has been around, existed even before the internet and the television, and even before certain things which we feel are a very important part of our lives. Before that, Toastmasters started, and it is here to stay for many more years to go. So that means it's 100 years of helping people find their voice, that too without Google or ChatGPT for sure. So I believe whenever we play various roles and we conduct a meeting and navigate through it very well, we become a part of that 100-year-old legacy that has been created, the history that is there for us. And at Gabby's, we try to keep that spirit alive and thriving with these three clubs within one family. So the ones who know and the ones who don't know, Gabby's is a family of three clubs taking place, the meeting happening thrice every week. And then one announcement on behalf of Gabby's, we are in the process of coming out with our newsletter. The editor-in-chief for that is Toastmaster Renu Kaushal. So all of you who are here and all those who will be seeing the recording of the meeting later on, kindly connect with Renu, give your help and support wherever possible, and do contribute with your write-ups and your articles as well. And as you can see, this very beautiful, colorful background, which says it all. The Gabby's Day that is going to happen very soon. So do pitch in with ideas for that and be there for sure to enjoy all the fun that is going to happen on that particular day. All right. Now with this, let's dive into today's meeting. And for that, we need to understand, as the Sergeant at Arms had already told us, understand what role do roadblocks, what role do hurdles play in our life, and what is the importance of overcoming those hurdles. And to throw more light on this, I would want to call upon our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kala, who is definitely a passionate Toastmaster. She's working as a superintendent in water board. She loves to play badminton, and she also loves to play various roles in our Toastmasters meeting every time. So over to you, Toastmaster Kala. Please take the meeting forward and tell us how we should break barriers successfully without breaking our heads. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Welcome you all to 75th meeting of Gabbys Toastmasters Club. Dear Toastmasters, today's theme says breaking the barriers. Dear Toastmasters, everyone wants to have happy life, successful life, but to get that life, before that we need to break many barriers. In barriers, we have two sort of barriers, that is inner barriers and then outer barriers. What is this inner barriers? Inner barriers are like which we are facing inside of our mind, soul, body. Like anger, hatredness, anxiety, all these are inner barriers. Outer barriers, barriers which we face in our day-to-day life society. If I take an example of mine, I also facing barriers, inner and outer barriers every day. Example for inner barrier, before I was upset for small things. This barrier I overcome through meditation. And outer barrier, I was very fond of Toastmasters and I joined offline Toastmasters meeting. But because of some personal and professional commitment, I couldn't attend offline meetings. This barrier I overcome by joining online Toastmasters club, that is Gabbys. Yes, Toastmasters, this is my story, that how I overcome barrier. What about you? What are the barriers that you are facing in your day-to-day life? Please share with me. Anyone of you? What are the inner barriers or the barriers which you are facing in your society? Toastmaster Priya?
Well, I had a barrier with regards to use of technology. I always had this mental block that I was not IT friendly and, using apps and anything online would fluster me. It still does, but I have come a long way because every time I was, the challenge just came on my face and I had to, take the plunge. My children sometimes kept telling me, but I would avoid it. And then finally, when it came up, like using of Spotify app, where now I have my podcast. So when I wanted to launch the podcast, I was so scared. I had this mental block. I don't know if I'm going to be able to upload the poems myself. How will it happen? I had so many mental barriers. But then once I understood the process, I started using it and I overcame that barrier. So I think it's a matter of having that urge within you, that, push inside that, yes, I can do it, and overcoming the fear of failing or overcoming the fear of that block and trying at least once, twice, or three times, and I'm sure we'll make a headway. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your experience. Anyone of you? Okay, I think you do not have any barriers like inner and outside barriers. Then you are equal to God. Okay, Sunil.
Yeah. The biggest barrier
Okay.
I think most of us face that what people say about us
Yes, sure.
in our personal life as well as professional life. So that is the biggest barrier in our life, and we have to we have to get rid of them. We can't get rid of them, but we can get rid of them with our mind, that we should not focus on those things, but sometimes it's impossible, but we try. That's the life.
Yeah, okay. Correct. Usually, most of the people will have stage fear and then fear of gathering. So this is common. Therefore, we all are here to overcome that fear in Toastmasters. Okay. The Toastmasters, do you know about Deepa Malik? Have you heard about this name, Deepa Malik? Okay. Deepa Malik is a famous sports personality. She was paralyzed below her waist, but still she was able to got a prestigious awards of Arjuna Award and Padma Shri Awards in shot put. How this was able to achieve for Deepa Malik, though she was paralyzed? Because of her strong dedication, hard work, determination, and to achieve something great in life. And she never allowed her physical challenges to stop her dream. She believed herself. Therefore, she achieved great success in sports in her life. So, dear Toastmasters, barriers are inevitable. We can't control it, but only we have to learn how to overcome the barriers. That is the technique of a successful people. With these, dear Toastmasters, to take this meeting forward, in any Toastmasters meeting, we have three main segments, that is prepared speech session, table topic, and general evaluation session. But today we have prepared speech session, table topics, and table topic evaluation and speech evaluation. Okay, with this great energy, let's begin our first session, prepared speech session. Before that, now I would like to call timer Toastmaster Mamta Jain to brief about her role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kala. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Mamta Jain, and I am your timer for today's meeting. As timer, my role is to help speakers stay within their allotted time. Good time management is a key part of effective communication. I will be using the standard timing signals. I will show the green card at the minimum qualifying time.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mamta Jain.
Please wait a minute.
Okay.
I will show yellow card when you are halfway and the red card when you reach your maximum time. Our featured speaker today is delivering a level 5 project 1 speech from the presentation mastery path. This is a long format presentation with a time range of 18 to 22 minutes. I will show green card at 18 minutes, yellow at 20 minutes, and red at 22 minutes. For table topic speakers, you should speak for 1 to 2 minutes. I will show green card at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red at 2 minutes. For speech evaluations, you should speak for 2 to 3 minutes. I will show green at 2 minutes, yellow at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and red at 3 minutes. After the red signal, speakers have 30 seconds to wrap up gracefully. Let's all be mindful of our time and make the meeting run smoothly. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Kala.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mamta Jain. A big round of applause to our timer, Toastmaster Mamta Jain. Okay, now let's begin our first session. Now I would like to call Evaluator Toastmaster Jaspreet ma'am to read out the guidelines of the speech if possible.
All right. So I hope I'm audible, everybody.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
All right. So my target speaker, Toastmaster Smruti Mohanty, is going to deliver her level 5 project 1 speech today. And the purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a longer speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Kala.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaspreet, ma'am. A big round of applause to our evaluator, Toastmaster Jaspreet. Dear Toastmaster, our first speaker is attempting L5P1, and the speech title is The Quiet Advantage. To say about our first speaker, she is an experienced B2B sales professional and certified soft skill trainer, currently pursuing a full-time master's degree in US. She is mindful introvert, striving to become profound public speaker. She actively serves club mentor, club coach, area director. Presently, she serves as a president of Gabbys Toastmasters. Here, Toastmasters, more than this, we have to salute her dedication towards Toastmasters. Dear Toastmasters, please put your hands together to welcome our first speaker, Smruti Sagarika Mohanty, on stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Well, a quiet silence in the meeting. I know because you all are muted. But sometimes, isn't it good? Yeah, I can read the face expressions. We are about to spend the next 20 minutes, close to 20 minutes together. So please just loosen up a bit. Okay? And let's start with confessions. Priya, why are you smiling? Don't you like the confession part? It's okay. Let me do a confession. I was never the loudest person in the room. Never, ever in my life. In fact, sometimes I wonder if I'm the human version of background music. You know, nice but easy to ignore. Am I audible clearly to all of you? How come? They said I was too quiet, too reserved, too in my head, to lead, inspire, to motivate others, even to matter. But let me ask you one thing. Since when did loud mean strong? Since when did silence means weakness? Because if that's were true, my dog would be the CEO for now because he never stops barking. Okay, having said that, over time I realized being quiet does not mean invisible. It's visible, right? But more important is the quietness and expressiveness. They are not opposite, they are just complementary. Today, I'm not here to raise my voice. I'm here to raise a flag. Not a battle flag, but a quiet banner stitched in calm, clarity, and conviction. A flag not for the quiet souls, but for anyone who has been misunderstood, underestimated for being quiet, for being too loud, for someone who leads with the right intention, listens deeply, and shows up authentically wherever possible. So, are you ready with me? Are you there with me to go ahead in this 20 minutes journey? Thank you so much. Be there. Now, tell me one thing. Have you ever been told in any part of your life, speak up? Try to be more outgoing. Stop being too serious. Can I see a few hand raised virtually or using your emoticon? Okay, thank you. Me too. Yes, me too. And if, thank you. And if, trust me, if I had $1 every time someone said speak up, I would be the richest enough to buy some earplugs for this particular meeting. But here's the plot twist. The world is changing, isn't it? And maybe we, the introverts, the quiet ones, the louder ones, or the thoughtful ambiverts, we are the catalyst if we understand the power of quietness. How the quietness can lead to changes if driven purposefully. This is not a TED talk. This is not just a professional speech. This is a revolution, but a quieter one. And guess what? It starts with you. With this small group of people, the revolution starts from here. So let's do a small thing. In few breaks, I will do something called audience ecometer to check if you are sleeping or still there with me. So when I say, now here's the first one, okay? When I say quiet, you have to say power. Unmute yourself and let's do this exercise of ecometer. Remember, when I say quiet, you have to say power. Quiet.
Power.
Power.
Quiet.
Power.
Power.
Quiet.
Power.
And that's it. Do you feel it? That's the quiet advantage we are talking about, and we are going to talking more about the same towards this particular journey of 20 minutes. I'm a big Netflix fan. I try to binge watch many a times. So I thought to divide the entire speech into few episodes so that we will have a better understanding. So the first episode comes here is From Labels to Liberations. I hope you like the title. So try to understand more here. We all have our experience, personal, professional, and we gather our knowledge, awareness through the same. So over the time, I worked so closely with many kind of people. In my college journey, my sales background with me being a certified trainer, here's what I have noticed. There are certain labels we put on ourselves or on others. Labels like introverts, extroverts, and ambiverts. Do you identify yourself with any of this yet? Just give me a nod or blink twice, I'll understand. Okay, you do. But here is an awareness for all of us. They are just tools and personality types. They are not the identity which defines us. They are tools which helps us to understand, not boxes to trap us within. Instead of thinking I am too quiet, I talk too much. What if we start noticing what actually works for me in this particular stage, in this particular forum, in this particular platform? Life will be so easy, isn't it? Now let's be real. Not everyone thrives on a group work, like, right? Few are solo players, solo travelers, individual contributors. Not everyone wants to meditate in the forest. Some of us just want to meditate in a messy room with Wi Fi and Netflix with a cup of coffee. Just like this. One introverted friend recharge by taking short walks during break, and that's absolutely okay. An extroverted colleague tries her best when she's around people. She believes in bouncing ideas and bouncing off the walls the records, and that's okay. And the another category of people are like the switch hitters. They switch the rhythm. Sometimes they are deep focused in the morning, but when the sun sets down, they believe in a very cozy platform. And that's absolutely okay. Because the truth is, power is not labeled. It is not how well we know others. It is about how we read the room and know ourselves better. The right magic happens when you stop judging people and start asking what works for me right now. If I'm delivering a speech, I have to be on my beat, on my feet to deliver the core message. Having said that, do you think 24 across the clock, I just keep on shouting like this at my home with my family and friends? Well, I don't. Trust me when I say this. Now tell me one thing. Can you think of a moment this week when you acted outside your label and which is totally not you, but it worked for you? Anything happened recently this particular week? I'll tell you mine. I been to visited a district conference this time. I am personally a couch potato. I'm so sorry. I'm a couch potato. Believes in sitting at one corner again, the coffee and the Netflix. But a district conference was not a platform to be a couch potato. I had to go there, make connection, and towards the end of the trip, people thought me as the most extroverted person in the room. But I was not. Because I am not here to take labels. I'm here towards the journey of liberation. I believe in the quietness because what I did, I decided to be quiet when someone else was talking. I decided to be quiet when someone else was sharing. But when the stage was given to me, I was all arms stretched to grab the opportunity and speak my voice out. That's me. And that's what each one of us are. We decide again, we read the room and try to figure out what works best for me at that point of time. Now, whenever you come across a situation where you try to be someone else, don't think that it's a glitch. No, it's a growth. Accept that growth. One more thing. At a very recent meeting, not the district one, but the other meeting, I watched my peer, my junior colleague, quietly sketching out the solutions while others are just debating their topic. She barely spoke, barely spoke. But when she was asked to share her drawings, everybody was silent. The quietness was spanned across the room because the sketch she bought was brilliant. The silence spoke louder than the debaters in the room. Well, I'm not asking you, again, don't put labels. I'm not asking you to be the quiet person. I'm asking you to be the mindful person. Which takes us to the second episode of our series, which is mindfulness. Now, before that, let me tell you an instance. Like, imagine in the midnight, you open the fridge, hoping there is food, and surprise, there's actually food. That's the power of clear clarity which comes with mindfulness. Are you with me? Can I check the audio meter here? Okay, when I say quiet, you have to say mindful. Are you ready? Please unmute. Quiet.
Mindful.
I can expect other to unmute, please. When I say quiet,
Mindful.
Mindful.
quiet.
Mindful.
Now let's dive into the second episode of Being Mindful because that's the superpower of quietness. I gave few examples here, but let's talk about some practical right now, right here itself. Next time, when you are chatting or even texting, why? Because we are connecting virtually. Try a little experiment. Rather than rushing to respond, which I try to avoid, but rather than rushing to respond, pause just a bit longer than the usual. If you pause for 2 seconds, try it for 5. If you pause for 5 seconds, try for 7. If you pause for 10 seconds, try for a 15. Let yourself really hear and read what the other person is saying without jumping too fast. Think it as if you are giving a gift to the other person, and the gift is your attention. You might notice something new if you give a pause. If you understand the quietness, you will see a difference in your tone, difference in your feelings. and difference in the hidden meaning which you are about to type now. And that will change how you respond. Try this. These are not mere theory, but these are practical things which I have personally used in my life. And I'm pretty sure if you sit tonight, deep dive to your memory lane, you might figure out one instance where you decided to hit the pause button, be quiet, and then your answer changed. That's the powerfulness of being mindful in the quiet room. Now let's take a pause here. Let's take a pause for the moment because these pauses are like the musical notes, isn't it? Now, before we take a pause, let's do a quick breathing exercise, which is quite cliche, but let's try it. Try to close your eyes for 5 seconds and take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes. Sometimes we need it. These 5 seconds of breathing, not a deep breathing, but just hitting a pause button, helps us to re-energize our thought process, to re-energize our mind. So, what's the harm in hitting a 5-second pause in a conversation? Do you think it will work? If yes, now let's use the chat window. If yes, type a Y. If no, just please keep quiet. That's what I taught you now. Jokes apart, if you feel it's gonna work, hit a Y. Thank you so much. That so shows you are pretty active. Thank you so much. That's the why, and that's the why we need to accept the quietness in our life. Okay. Now, by the way, has anyone ever caught themselves over explaining or interrupting a conversation ever in your life? To your kids, to your spouse, to your friends or peers? Thank you so much, Prasang. I like this honesty. I'm quite labeled with that thing for a very long time. All the time. See, absolutely. Initially, when I started my sales journey, and I was 19 when I started working, not professionally, but doing my small time gigs, I thought I know the world better than the other person in the room. I don't know why, but I felt so. Please excuse me, I was 19. And every time, and my younger brother is 7 years younger to me. So I somehow felt that he doesn't know. He knows nothing. I'm the one, I'm the God. He should look after me. He look up to me and I look after him. So whenever he started his corporate life, you can imagine he started quite late. I thought he need to come and check everything with me. How to deal with boss, how to deal with girlfriend, how to deal with peers, what's the grapevine gossip. But surprisingly, he did not. He did not check with me. And I started poking him a lot. I gave a speech the other day how I literally invaded his privacy left, right, and center because I thought I know better. I know more. And it's my responsibility to deliver the same. That's not so thoughtful of me. What was lacking is mindfulness. And trust me, with a very heavy heart, I must share you, I had a very bad phase with my younger one for a long time because he decided to stay away from my aura. Not from me, but from my aura. He always used to switch topic, switch gears when I am around because he's like, oh, now she's gonna come and just get started. But what I learned gradually, nobody taught me. I had to learn by myself that being mindful is more important. Now, here comes the 5 action items, which is our episode number 3, how to work on the mindfulness. It's quite easy. Seriously, it's quite easy. It's EASY. Make a note of it if you want to, where E stands for the energy check. Protect your spark. Plan your power. Don't go all out. Embrace the quietness, the power of the same. That's the E for you. Next comes the A. And we all know it in Toastmasters. Active listening. Listen to the other person in the room. That's why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Grandmom told me a lot of time, but I never listened to her. But here and the hearing, it brings belongingness. It goes beyond the words. So that's the A for you, the active listening part. Now comes the S. S is the speaking part, but speak your style. You are introvert, speak your style. You are extrovert, speak your style. You are ambivert, speak your style. You don't know about your identity, that's absolutely okay. But speak your style. Try to accommodate the room and accommodate your speaking style. And then comes the why. And I love, that's my favorite one. You do you. Authenticity is not volume, it's alignment. So there is no right way or the wrong way. Whether you are whispering the wisdom or cheering loudly, be true to yourself. And that's the ultimate power move. Isn't it easy? That's the EASY for you. Thank you for the thumbs up, Priya. And that's the quiet advantage in the action. Now, here comes the last, the fourth episode of our series, which is the bold declaration. Embrace yourself. In this world, in this situation, we scroll through papers, in shorts, news, too much chaos around. We don't often cheer the loudest voice, even it's about a news reporting, right? It shatters us internally. Be the one who choose the quiet feelings, like being the unexpected rebel. It's not about hiding, it's about showing up, but differently. Your quietness is not the silence. Make it your presence. It's not a void, but a space where ideas are deep rooted, where the connection can deepen, where the leadership happen, but not on a megaphone, but in the quietness. That's the bold declaration which we all need to make. So once you step out of the room or once you log out of the meeting, remember the word doesn't need more noise. It needs more, it needs more meaning. It needs more listening, more thoughtful actions, more leaders who lead with intentions, not with volumes. You carry the power. You carry the power of transformation. You carry the power to inspire, and you carry the power to change the world quietly but profoundly. Because quiet is not weakness, it is your quiet advantage. This is your moment to thrive as a mindful introvert, the one who owns the space with strength, with power, and quietness. Thank you for embracing the quiet advantage with me. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smruti. It was indeed a great speech. We thoroughly enjoyed your speech. A big round of applause to our first speaker, Toastmaster Smruti. Dear Toastmasters, with this great energy, before moving on to the next session, let's take a 5 minutes of small break. Then we will gather back. Thank you. Welcome back, Toastmasters. Let's begin our next session, that is table topic session. But before that, let's have 5 minutes of fun games. Dear Toastmasters, today I have some riddles. Now I'll read out the riddles. Try to answer those riddles, okay? What has 4 legs but can't walk? What has 4 legs but can't walk? Any guess, Toastmasters?
Table.
Yes, correct. What has teeth but can't bite? What has teeth but can't bite?
Comb.
Yes, absolutely. What can travel around the world while staying in a corner? What can travel around the world while staying in a corner?
It's a globe model.
Pardon me?
It's a globe.
Globe. No.
No.
Imagine previous days how we were communicating while our relatives are staying apart from our house. What we were doing, how we were communicating.
Telephone,
Online telephone.
landline phone.
Later.
Letters.
Okay. For that, what we need to attach?
A
Address.
stamp.
Yes. Correct. Stamp. Okay. You can break me easily without even touching me or seeing me. What am I? You can break
Silence.
me easily.
Silence.
No. You can break me easily without even touching me or seeing me. What am I?
Your heart.
No. Usually, every day we are.
Oh, it's fast.
No, no,
Is it?
no.
Promise.
Yes, absolutely. Every day we usually break many promises, right? Okay. What goes up but never comes back down? What goes up but never comes back down?
Age, age.
Yes, absolutely correct. Last question. You can serve it. You can serve it, but never eat it. What is it? You can serve it, but never eat it. What is it?
Service.
Huh?
Is it
Service.
service?
Huh? No. You can serve it. Imagine games. You can serve it, but never eat it. What is it?
Water.
Serve
Huh?
shuttlecock or the tennis ball.
A
Tennis ball, yes,
croquet
absolutely.
plate.
Absolutely. Tennis ball. We can serve it, but we cannot eat it, right? Tennis ball.
We can serve water also without eating it.
But we can't serve it, right? Okay. Okay, thank you, Toastmasters, for your wonderful support. Okay, let's begin our next session, that is table topic session. As we all know, the table topic session is an impromptu session. This session helps us to improve our impromptu skills. To conduct this session, we have a fabulous table topic master today. To say about our table topic master, he completed his engineering in 2021 from NIT Allahabad. He is right now working as a software engineer in Radisys. Hobbies are badminton, chess, day Toastmaster. Please put your hands together to welcome our table topic master, Toastmaster Prasang Mani, on stage.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster the day, Kala. The today theme is breaking barriers. And if you are seeing me taking this route and coming on this screen, and the reason is that I'm breaking the barriers. I was a shy kind of person who used to have fear of speaking, but I took small steps, and that's how today I'm able to take these steps, able to take this road. So I also request everyone to take break the barrier today and come out and take part in the today table topic section. Introducing my role, first I would like to yeah, introducing my role. Welcome to the table topic season of today meeting. Many of us consider this the most challenging and most rewarding part of the Toastmaster meeting, and rightly so because table topic prepare you for impromptu. speaking and help trainers quickly to organize and express our thoughts. We can think of the table topic speech as a mini speech with an opening, a body, and a conclusion. During table topic, I will invite a member or a guest to attempt a table topic. I will give out the topic once the participants confirm their willingness to attempt the topic. While you are free to volunteer, we may not be able to accommodate all the volunteers. At the Gabby, we believe in giving an opportunity to those who are more keen to participate and those who need a little nudge. I will be using my discretion as the table topic master. In case we are not able to give an opportunity to volunteer, please don't be disheartened. There is always one more meeting. There is never a dearth of opportunity in Toastmaster. Coming to timing of the table topic, speaker, each speaker will get 1 to 2 minutes of time. You need to speak a minimum of 1 minute and a maximum of 2 minutes 30 seconds to qualify for the polling. Green card will be shown at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. You will get additional 30 seconds grace time to wrap up your speech by 2 minutes 30 seconds. Also, the each table topic speaker will be evaluated by the table topic evaluator at the end of the meeting. So that's the introduction. Now, coming to the table topic, who would like to take part? Can I have some raise of hand? Toastmaster, me the answer. Would you like to take part in the table topic?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So can we spotlight the table topic? Can you
I
please
just
spotlight
I
Toastmaster?
can't on my video, sorry.
Okay, okay. So no issue. So the topic for you is: can you share a time when you tried something new and felt proud? Topic is: can you share a time when you tried something new and you felt proud?
Can
I
you
hope
put
the
it in the
topic is clear.
chat?
Oh, I can repeat it again. Share a time when you tried something new and felt proud.
So there are so many things when we have tried a new things. How about the guests or members? Have you ever tried? I have tried so many things where I have saved the time. So it's an incident when I was not very tech person, and that is the reason I was always in the on in-person club meeting, and I was a member of that. But then I wanted to learn my online meeting. So that's the reason I joined for the Gabbys. And slowly I started to learn how to be on the camera, how to take this online meetings. That is the reason I started slowly and learned lot of things. And now I also save the time going to other way here and there. That was the thing, and I learned lot of things which I can see that always taking up a role in person and there in online. Online, we have to sit at home and save the time. Plus, we can learn lot of things to do the roles. So that way, I have taken so many roles as a team mode, timer. Always, I love to be a timer, and yeah, many roles in our Toastmasters. And now that helped me to attend other club meetings and take up the roles throughout District 92 or any other districts. So this helped me to gain a knowledge, learn a lot, and save the time. Instead, I can't visit anywhere, but virtually I have learned a lot of things that this helped me to grow and learn always with everyone. So that was my takeaway, that I saved the time and I learned a lot.
Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the part. Uh, you know, it's like real difficult when you're not aware about something and then you are able to use that. I mean, that's definitely you feel proud. Similarly, in my case, whenever I speak at a new place, I feel proud. So, speaking at a new place makes me a lot proud. Right, joining a new meeting. Can I have the next speaker? Uh, Lakshmi. Yeah.
Hi.
Can you come on camera?
Yes.
Okay. So the topic for you is: can you talk about a fear you have overcome? Can you talk about a fear you have overcome?
Okay. Uh, uh, yeah, I have. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm a guest for today, and the topic, the fear that I've overcome. I have a list of fears that I have tried to, overcome in over years. One of them would be public speaking. And I remember there's one time that, you know, I mean, there are several opportunities that came through, which gave me an stage to, go on and attempt and break my fear. But for some or the other reason, I just held myself back. And There was one time I developed an interest in physical, fitness, and I wanted to pursue it as as a like a secondary source of income. So I just this is as a yoga teacher. So I enrolled for myself to become a yoga teacher. I went through the entire training process, and once you're done with the training, you are supposed to teach your clients, right? That's the whole idea. You make your own design for the or session for the class, and you have to face the audience, and you have to help them teach them in a way that they understand. And it is also to do with your physical, I mean, alignment and everything. And you can't go wrong with this because I mean, you end up injuring them. Like, they end up, in case if your instructions goes wrong, you're uh, putting the clients in risk. So when the first time, I remember when I had to take this session, I had to do a prayer. That's how you start. Even to greet them with good morning or whatever that is. That was very fearful. I was very fearful because I thought, why would they even have to follow my instruction? And those were like some self-confidence issues as well. But more so, it was to deal with a bigger audience, and which I've never had done before. So when I kept doing it, first few days it was difficult. My voice was shaky, and when I spoke, when I was giving the instruction, it was very, difficult for them to even follow. But as the week passed by, and I got more confident because I knew what was I doing, and they were happy with the class. So that changed. So I think at this point I've overcome that part of the fear to face the crowd. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's from your story, we understand that whenever we are starting something new, we'll be nervous and we will do mistakes. But we should not stop there. The more we continue, the more confident we'll become in our abilities. Right? We'll start believing in ourselves. That's what I got from your story. Can we have the next speaker? Uh, Prabhu, would you like to take part? Prabhu EXO, we have someone. DTM Club.
Yeah, my name is Surya. I exo why come I don't know.
Okay, would you like to take part?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Okay. So,
Okay, sir.
so the topic for you is, what is the one thing you want to get better at? What is the one thing you want to get better at?
Thank you. Uh, Thank you to all Toastmasters who are present here. Distinguished Toastmasters who are present here and guests like me also welcome here. So thank you for giving me this topic, this wonderful topic. What would you like to have? So I think, it is like a superpower, you can say. So I think I will like to have, the power of, money making. Because nowadays, I see in different, platforms like LinkedIn and Reddit and other, the news also I hear that unemployment is very high and people are, working in the company. They are in a very toxic environment. So in toxic environment, I mean either the colleagues are toxic, or the manager is toxic, or the existing that work environment, like the timings, and you have to report at 9 to 9 only. You have to get out at 6. You cannot get out before 6. No tea breaks, no coffee breaks. So these things are very much redundant, prevailing in the Indian corporate industry because there are no labor laws. There are no labor laws that protect the dignity of the Indian workers who are working at big level or who are working at small level. Big level people like CEO and all, CEO, MD, and high level top class people, they are getting in crores. So their mind is very important rather than their labor. But the people who are ekdam very ground level, like starting from assistant to manager and all, they are working and they are having a lot deals of trouble which they cannot share anywhere else. So the money making process, I think I will have the benefit so that I can, make money everywhere and anytime, anywhere, and without any, like neglect to work-life balance. My work will be good, my health will be good, and my money will also be good. So all three will be good. I am happy. My parents happy, my friends happy, my loved ones happy, all happy. And people who will not be happy, they remain not happy. I don't care. But I want people who are in my life, who I know very well, they should be happy with including me. So that I, conclude my speech. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for the part, and especially the money making. A suggestion for that: you can buy a money plant, and from there you have a lot of money. And people who would not be happy is your neighbors. I mean, that's happened. Jealousy comes, that's natural.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Thank
nice
you.
take on the topic. Yeah, can we have Prabhu?
Hi TTM, I would like to take a shot.
Oh, Prabha. Sorry, it's
Prabha,
Prabha.
I was looking at like who's Prabhu here. Is there any Prabhu here?
Prabha is not audible. Is it only for me or for the others as well?
Am I audible now?
No, it has to be a little bit better, Prabha. It's very feeble.
Voice is not very clear. You might have to speak
Now,
louder.
It's a
I
little
think
better.
better.
hello.
Right.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
fine.
this is better.
Okay. So, would you like to speak?
Yeah.
Okay. So the topic for you is, who is someone in your life that broke a barrier and inspired you? Who is someone in your life that broke a barrier and inspired you?
Hmm. Barriers. I have a lot of barriers as such. Um, I have created a lot of barriers, but my husband, who is very risk taking and adventurous, has has always been pushing me to break the barriers. So there was a time uh, when I was not doing well mentally, and I was like sad and hopeless about uh, don't know what to do in life, uh, in as my career next move. But he sort of suggested me to go on a Himalayan trek. and that was like a turning point. And before that I didn't want to go because obviously, and that was a solo trip also. I went alone from Bangalore, and he kind of pushed me to go for it. So that was my barrier, that I could not go alone and on a trek which is like for 7 days, where I can't, take bath, where I have to live on in the tents and everything. So, and I was very hesitant, but he kind of pushed me to go for it, and he he didn't tell me what is going to happen after that. But when I went there, I kind of um, it in it kind of invoked my love for walking, which I already loved, but then it pushed me to, to walk even in nights, or and also asked me to, what do you say, like, and the the trek over there changed me. I don't know how it changed, but yes, it changed me. It gave me different perspective about life and everything around me. So I used to feel very small when I was in mountains, and when I came back with a new perspective and break the barrier where I could not bath for 7 days. So there were a lot of barriers I had in my mind, which got broken because of that trek, and that guy, my husband, pushed me for it. So he kept telling me about, asking me about my barriers and push them. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Over
mean,
to you.
yeah, thanks. We all have barriers, right? And there are people who can overcome their barrier without needing anyone help. But I think it's better to have someone who pushes you and help you to overcome your barrier. And we all need that kind of person in your life. In my life, my parents are there, my siblings are there who keep pushing me. Sometimes friends also keep pushing to me to overcome the barrier. Uh, Thanks for sharing. Moving on to the next. Dev, would you like to take part?
Yeah, I can definitely be a part. Can you please put the topic as well in the chat?
Okay, I will try to put it into the chat also. Okay, so the topic for you is, if you had a magic power to break any barrier, what would you use it for? If you had a magic power to break any barrier, what would you use it for?
So good evening, Toastmasters. My name is Dave, and the topic to me is, if I had a magic barrier. One second, I'm just going to check it. Okay.
Magic power.
Magic power, what it would be is the question. I'm not seeing the chat, sorry, so I'm just trying to.
Just I will repeat it. If you had a magic power to break any barrier, what would you use it for?
Okay, so if I had a magic power, I think first of all, I don't believe much on magic powers. But if I had a magic power, one thing, and that would be probably a good communication. I think in today's time and era, the most important thing which a person can develop is communication. And I think if I had that power to have good communication to break somebody's and myself, the barriers which we have at mental level, the mental blocks which do not help us to go ahead, propel ahead. I think that would be definitely a good communication which could help people open up, clear their minds, speak ahead, take on new goals, and go ahead in life. So I think for me, I don't believe in something which is supernatural, but I think something which is day to day what we see and which can help people to live their lives better. So I think communication is definitely a superpower which or a magic power which I would love to develop and help people around me to become better versions of themselves. And in the process, I would also grow and become a better person in that sense. right? So I think that is what I would definitely feel a magic power which I would like to have. And I think that magic power will be to go ahead and talk to people one conversation at a time. Yeah, thanks. Back to you.
Yeah, thanks for sharing your thoughts on the topic. Definitely also, if I need a magic power, if I had a magic power, I would like to talk with a stranger without any hesitation. Go on and talk to anybody on the streets. I mean, that will help me to make a lot of friends. And I think that's my goal also, like talking with a stranger, because it's easy to talk with people whom we know, but not it's so easy to go to a stranger and strike a conversation. But I would like to be that person. Okay, we have Chandra Yusuf.
Yes.
Oh,
Could you write it down as well?
sure, sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the topic is have you ever surprised yourself by doing something you thought you could not? Okay, I'll get the topic in the chat. Have you ever surprised yourself by doing something you thought you could not?
Yes. Can I answer now? Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, the first time I worked in Europe, it was so surprising to me. I was asking myself, could I work in a big hotel in Europe? Because this is the first time for me to work outside of my country. I was thinking of kind of food that I had to make, the language barrier that I had to overcome. But surprisingly, I could make all the food the guests ordered. It was so surprising to me even. I told the chef, I said, I am from Indonesia, far away country from yours, different language, different kind of food that I had to produce. But now I had to work in Switzerland with different, everything is so different, so much different. I was afraid that I couldn't make it, but it was a beautiful success of me working there and producing the food as much as good as what the Swiss people can do. I never imagined before. It's because of God's grace give it to me. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my big surprise that I had to do something different and I could successfully do it day by day until the end of my contract. Back to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chandra, for giving your thought on the topic. Can we move to the next speaker, Adam? Would you like to take part?
Yes.
Okay. So the topic for you is, if you are not afraid of anything, if you are not afraid of anything, what would you try today?
If I'm not afraid of anything, what would I try today? I will try my best to touch the hen because I am afraid of doing this. I'm afraid to touch the hen, but I will try my best to touch it. It will definitely overcome my fear towards the animals, towards the birds, because I never tried to touch any bird in my life. And this is the most terrible fear that I have in my mind. And I will try my best to touch it, to remove all the fears, and it will definitely help me to overcome all the obstacles of my life. Whatever the fears are, be it the mountains, be it the birds touching, or any other fear, it will definitely help me to overcome it. Along with this, I would try to extend it that this is not only the fear, but of course, this is your mind mapping that you have generated in your mind from your childhood. Because when I used to in my childhood, my parents used to have these birds for the milk, and that fear have been involved in my mind from that time. So I will try my best to come out of that fear, just because whatever has been encapsulated in my mind, it can be just come out, and it will definitely help me to overcome the other fears of my life, whatever is troubling me, creating me a trouble for the rest of my life. So that is the one fear that I would like to do, and I hope that I can touch it and I can remove the obstacles of my life. Thank you, and back to the table topic master.
Thank you, Hira, for your take on the topic. And you said truly right that the fear is the mind mapping, and that is why we are afraid of the hen. It is not dangerous. So it's just like we assume that something is dangerous, and then we create that fear and keep that fear in our mind, right? So if had, if I was not afraid of anything, right? So this question I used to get in my thought a lot. If I'm not afraid, if any person is not afraid, then there's no limitation for that person. He can do anything. But I think that is also not good. There should be certain limitations because we are human, right? And so that like we will have different kind of people with different limitations. Can we have the next speaker? Bindu, would you like to take part?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah. Sure. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
audible.
sorry, I'm on the, yeah, okay. I can put my video, I'm on the go, but I can take a try at it.
Sure, sure. Okay, the topic for it is what does breaking barriers mean to you? What does breaking barriers mean to you?
I think I missed out on a little bit of the early part of the meeting, or rather the mid part of the meeting, because my data got disconnected. But if I'm not wrong, this meeting is all about breaking barriers. Internal as well as external, if I'm not right, as the Toastmaster of the day has said, we all face internal and external barriers. So for me, the external barriers really don't matter that much. I think it's the internal barriers. So breaking barriers for me is internal barriers. Yes, what we popularly call comfort zone. Something that, like Smruti, being a perennial introvert, it's much more difficult than usual people to break your barriers. You love your comfort zone. Sometimes you actually work best in your comfort zone. But I make it a point anytime in my life, at least make a resolution every year to challenge one of those comfort zones. And last year, the challenge I took up was to go to a subject that is totally unrelated to what I do. I happen to be a doctor. I took up a master's in business administration. I hate admin. And I'm not keen about interacting with people and telling them what to do and how best to do it. But the fact is, I'm also in government service. So invariably, in the next few years, I will have an administrative role. And if there's one thing that I don't like more than challenging my comfort zone is to not be good at something. So the reason for that resolution to challenge my comfort zone, which is my biggest barrier in life, was I don't like not to be good at something. And the best way to be better at something is to let go of your inhibitions, open your mind, learn something new, and before you know it, that challenge, that barrier is no longer one. So back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, you said that you are a doctor and doing MBA. That inspires me to also take some different courses while I'm doing my job. Definitely, I'll try to try doing something new. And yeah, when we challenge ourselves and our comfort zone, we grow. Next will Amrita.
Yes,
Okay, can you come on video?
yeah, I'm actually out, but I can pick a
Okay,
topic.
sure. So the topic for you is: do you think travel help us break stereotypes? Do you think travel help us break stereotypes?
Can you type it out? Break the stereotypes.
Yeah, right.
Last year, I went to area contest for evaluation, and the test speaker was in a sari. Her topic was break the stereotypes. She was in MNC. She's working with MNC, and always she's wearing a sari, and people judge her because of her attire. And beautifully, she narrated that my attire is not related to what I do. My profession is different, and whatever I choose to wear is totally different. But people will going to judge you. Then I started my evaluation by telling there are number of ladies out there who excel in their profession, like a Sudha Murthy, co-founder of Infosys. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitaraman always wears a sari. So if you realize that if you want to break the stereotype, you don't have to wear business casual to leave your mark. And that's what it is. There are number of profession like a uh, if you call males are mainly a chef, like a Sanjeev Kapoor. Break the stereotype, and that's what it is always. And I realized it, if you determine to do something, then it doesn't matter your gender, your age. People can start their career very late, but what it requires, have a strong passion and determination behind it. And I think that's what we have to go and break the stereotype to carry forward the legacy for someone else. That's my take on this. Back to Toastmaster Prasang.
Yeah, thanks. Stereotypes, like when we see a video and then picture out something like the whole group is like that. So recently some of my friend watched Mirzapur, I think maybe you are aware, and luckily my district Azamgarh is mentioned in that, and the women were kind of firing the guns. They were like, oh, the women's fire guns, like whenever they meet me they're like, oh, you're from the place where women fire the guns. I'm like, that's the just a series, that's not reality. But the thing is, people watch the movie series and then they make the stereotypes. So, but when you travel, you get to know the real person. You interact with the real person, and realize that, oh, whatever you saw in the video was not true. So definitely, I believe that when you travel, you break the stereotypes because you get to see the reality, not the real. Uh, can we have? Do we have another speaker? DTM club coach. Would you like to take part? Or we can have Toastmaster Sunil. Toastmaster Sunil, can you take part?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the topic for you is: What is one barrier the world still needs to break in this century? What is one barrier the world still needs to break in this century?
Ladies and gentlemen, today I am here to convey you a message how to live a life. This is not my speech here. This speech I want to give on a stage and the crowd around 50,000 people. This is my dream. And this barrier, this barrier that where I will break and I will be able to give a speech, deliver a speech to a huge audience like Shiv Khera, Sudha Murthy, Dr. Abdul Kalam Azad, and I am trying to do that. I am on this path. And there are a lot of hurdles. When I was in 12th, for the first time, I raised my hand. Sir, I will tell you the answer. And that the day when I gave my answer, you can say I grabbed the class students and I developed a kind of confidence that I can also speak. And slowly, I'm building confidence. And I'm sure the stage fear, the public speaking fear, and speaking in English confidently, such barrier I will break one day. I would be on a stage and I would be giving a speech to to a huge audience and tell them how to live a happy life. Over to you, table topic master.
You exactly talked about my dream, I think. You just stole it. Even I have the same dream to go on the stage, talk without having that nervousness, you know, having just pointers and talking to the people and sharing my ideas. But if I had to break one barrier in this century, in this world age, that is the borders. You this imaginary line, right? There's imaginary line, and if you live one side, you have the access to the good resources. On the other side, people are not even having the proper foods. So we need to break this barrier and make sure that everybody who is on this world have the access to education, access to food, not based on the imaginary line. Everybody should be equally having the access to the resources. With this, I would like to end the table topic session, and I'd like to thank everybody who come forward and took the part and made this table topic section wonderful. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Kala.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prasang Mani. Our table topic master has given us simple and thought-provoking topics to all the speakers, and even speakers also participated actively. A big round of applause to our table topic master, Toastmaster Prasang Mani. Dear Toastmasters, let's move on to the next session. Before that, let's listen this small story. Have you heard about Gani Mufta? Gani Mufta, who born without legs, but still he was able to travel around the world, and he was able to climb mountains and swam in the ocean. And doctor said he wouldn't live for longer, but still this boy rewrites his destiny. He became entrepreneur at the age of 15, and at the age of 17 he starts giving speeches. and he also opened Qatar World Cup. Dear Toastmasters, how this possible for Gani Mufta, though he didn't have legs? Because once Gani Mufta said in his words that body doesn't decide our destiny. Body doesn't decide our destiny. Mind which decides our destiny. Therefore, if we are strong mentally, we can overcome any barriers in life. With this short and inspiring story, let us move on to the next session, that is evaluation session. Now, I would like to call Toastmaster Jaspreet ma'am to have evaluation on Toastmaster Smruti's speech. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Kala. And good evening, everybody, once again. And congratulations to my target speaker for completing the project, that too very successfully. Now, wonderful speech. Obviously, if the speaker has to be Toastmaster Smruti, then the evaluator is in for a tough time for sure. Now, what went well during the speech? So the opening was very interactive with great, wonderful analogies. For example, background music. There were many more, and we heard them all out. But that was quite well, quite not exactly the right word. It was very well done. And right at the beginning, Toastmaster Smruti, you made it very clear that it will be an interactive session. It was like, statutory warning that happened in the beginning that, okay, we will talk, I will talk, unmute, do this, do that. So that was it was as if, you've told the audience, remain awake, remain alive. Because I'm going to keep on checking on you during these next 22 minutes. So that was great. And so, yes, it was a very interactive journey all through. And you connected with the audience time and again. It was as, knocking. Are you there? Has the screen frozen? Are you listening? But then it was evident because everybody had smiles all through, which very rarely happens when the speech happens to be such a long one. So you kept on, checking on them, calling out to them, being very interactive with them. Now, the next good thing was the very, very judicious usage of the stage. A very confident and charismatic performance, I would call it. It was not a speech, it was a performance. It was a full-on performance, and I'm sure everybody would agree with me on that. So again, another reason for the audience to be just listening to you, fully engrossed into it. The transitions that you made between your points was again done very well by checking with the audience with that small little activity of unmuting and speaking back. And along with this happened your vocal variety, rise and fall, fast paced, slow paced. So that again kept the audience totally hooked on. And these things make it easy. The audience wants to listen. These things make it easier for the audience to listen and to you handhold them and take them all along when you are delivering something. So that is what you did. Now, everything was very good, but then what could have been better? The rise and fall was really very good, but there was this one moment when you were looking here or you were looking there and the pitch was low. So what happened was that last word, because it was going down, the last word became inaudible. Just check it in the recording. So that, breaks the connection. That should not have happened. That was one thing. Now, the audience interaction was absolutely very great. No doubt, no second thoughts on that. But then after a moment, it became a regularized pattern that, they are repeating that word again and again. Word was different, but the pattern was same. So what could have been done was that you bring in something else. For example, you tell them to, a recall factor kind of a thing. You ask them to answer a particular question or something. Could have been a little bit because, fine tuning is required. So these are just, apart from all the wonderful performance that you did, these were just very few fine tuning points so that you can break the barriers or the glass ceiling. The choice is yours. So you're already a wonderful speaker and hope that you rise and shine as a speaker in the days to come. Thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaspreet ma'am for your detailed evaluation. A big round of applause to our Jaspreet ma'am. Toastmasters, let's move on to the next session, that is table topic evaluation. Now let us call Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal, who is working as a finance professional, to evaluate all members of table topic evaluation.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Kala. I think it's really tough because almost there were 12 speakers and evaluating 12 is not easy. Anyways, I'll try. The first speaker was Toastmaster Mita, and the topic was when you tried something new and felt proud. And I must say the content was good. And Toastmaster Mita spoke about the online meetings, how she loved the online meetings and how it saved her time. Now, some of the while the content was good, she was very confident. One important area of improvement which I would like to highlight is there was a long pause when after the topic was given. There was a long pause, and then Toastmaster Mita, you asked again for the topic. So the table topics master already has repeated the topic twice, and then you ask for the third time, which shows that you are not very much attentive. So please be attentive. That's my advice to you. That's the area of improvement. Then I'll move to the next speaker, Toastmaster Lakshmi, and the topic was fear which you would have overcome. And Toastmaster Lakshmi, you spoke about fear of public speaking, which you have overcome, and then also you spoke about the physical fitness as a secondary source of income. You became a yoga teacher. You took the training, and so overall, Toastmaster Lakshmi, it was a very good content, and you were smiling throughout your speech. You are not nervous. You are very confident, and the entire speech was well organized. So great job, Toastmaster Lakshmi. Now moving to my third speaker, Toastmaster Surya. The topic was one thing you want to get better at. So and you beautifully expressed that the idea that you want the power of money making, and the power of money making, so that you're away from the toxic work environment, and there is no labor laws which is attracting you, all those things. So and you said that this, if you have this power of money making process, you will enjoy good health and be happy. So again, a very nice thought, well organized. You spoke with a lot of clarity. Only thing I'll request you to always switch on your camera while speaking. Then we can understand your, body gestures and eye contact. All those things we can see, and you can engage more with the audience. Then I'll move to speaker number 4, Toastmaster Pratha, and your topic was who is someone in your life that broke barrier and is inspiring, and you gave a very beautiful reply that it was your husband who inspired you to break the barrier, and whenever you were sad, he inspired you, and it was he who inspired you to go to your trek to Himalayas alone, which was a great inspiration. And then you realized your love for walking, and that trekking changed your life. A beautiful content, a beautiful analogy, and I will say a beautiful introduction, body, and conclusion. That I could see through your speech. Well delivered speech, Toastmaster Pratha. I'll go to speaker number 5, Toastmaster Dev. Again, your topic was if you had a magic power to break any barrier, what will you use for? And what a wonderful response you gave was a good communication, which breaks all the mental blocks, and it has and clears the mind and speak ahead. Now you also spoke that that is the superpower you want, good communication, to be better version of your oneself, and also you can go ahead and talk to people. You are very organized in your thought, very well said, and but again, I'll one improvement which I'll need is please switch on your camera while speaking.
Sure.
That's how you connect with the audience. That's how we can see your body gestures, eye contacts. All those things are very important to connect with the audience. So that was missing.
Thank
Now, And then I'll go to speaker number 6, Toastmaster Pratha. Toastmaster Pratha, you also spoke with a lot of confidence. You weaved a nice story, and you had gave a good, analogy of breaking barrier. So overall, good speech with a lot of confidence, with a lot of clarity. So I really loved your speech. I'll go to speaker number 7, Toastmaster Chandra, and your topic was, have you ever surprised by doing something which, so Toastmaster Chandra are really a great speech you gave, and you said that it was first time you went to Europe. You surprised yourself by making food for yourself, and breaking the language barriers, which was, and you were on the camera and you spoke so well. You connect, you had a contact with the audience. You had body gestures, vocal variety. So everything was really a great speech. You connected very well with the audience. Now going to Toastmaster 7, Aram, and the topic was, if you are not afraid of something, what would you do today? So, and you spoke very well about touching birds. You were and your mind mapping. So, and fear is mind mapping. So well expressed, and body the introduction, body and conclusion was great. So we are really inspired to see your speech. Now coming to Toastmaster Bindu, what does breaking barrier? Your topic was, what does breaking barrier mean to you? And you said that the biggest thing is the breaking the internal barrier, which, and then again you spoke about the resolution to come out of the comfort zones, and then we also came to know your side of your character, that you were a doctor and so you did the MBA, so you broke out of your comfort zone. So really that's and you spoke with a lot of, and your content was good. You started well. There was a body, and there was a great conclusion, and you connected well with the audience as well. So thank you, Toastmaster Bindu. Then I'll move to Toastmaster Amruta, and you spoke about stereotype, breaking stereotype, and you gave good examples of Sudha Murthy, who wears sari, and then you gave a good example of Sanjeev Kapoor, how they have broken the stereotype. The examples were good, and the audience really could connect to it. And only thing I'll suggest that you should again switch on your camera to express yourself, connect with the audience well. Otherwise, it was a great, powerful message which you have given. Then at last, Toastmaster Sunil, and it's always a delight to hear Toastmaster Sunil. His topic was, what was one barrier the world will still need to break in this country? And he put really well that he would like to give a speech before 50,000 people, like Shiv Kera Doctor, or like Dr. Abdul Kalam Azad. So it's a dream of every speaker to give a speech before a huge audience, which and you really spoke well, and you were very your hand gestures, your content, your introduction, body contours, all was great. So congratulations, Toastmaster Sunil. With this, I'll end my evaluation and hand over the space to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin, for your detailed evaluation. A big round of applause to our topic evaluator, Toastmaster Sachin. Let's move on to the next evaluator, Toastmaster Priya Singh. Toastmaster Priya Singh, she is a marketing professional and academician. Over to you, ma'am, Toastmaster Priya Singh.
You're not audible, I think.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Kala. It has been truly a very, very engaging table topics marathon, and all the speakers have done amazingly well. A hearty congratulations to all. It is definitely going to be a very tough choice as to who is the best speaker. I'll quickly move on. There has been a slight mishap since we were doing odd and even table topic evaluation. I'm sorry, there has been some mix-up in the order. Some of the speakers have already been evaluated by Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal. I'll take up the rest. Prasang, I would request you to help me with some of the speakers' orders, as I'm not very sure about it. So the speaker number 2 was our guest, Lakshmi S. Lakshmi, as a guest to the Toastmaster session, I must congratulate you because you did complete justice to the topic which was given to you, the fear you have overcome. And you had a very heartfelt story, and you were very, very honest and candid about your feedback related to your fear. Your story was very well, very engaging, and you spoke in detail about your fear and how you overcame it. Just a few recommendations and suggestions. You don't need to start with the title. You can straight away move on with talking about the topic. If you would give yourself a little more time. You had time till 2 minutes, but you've wrapped up your speech very quickly. So you could have made it more effective and impactful by increasing the time. And usually table topics are mini speeches. So we could, have a little more body, and that's how you could increase your speech. Overall, I would say that as a guest, it was a very good attempt, and we would like to see you more participating more in our Toastmaster sessions. The next speaker I would like to take up is Prabha. Prabha is speaker number 4. Prasang, am I correct?
Yes, you are correct.
Okay. Prabha, a very good and a very relevant take on the topic. Your topic was, who is someone in your life who broke a barrier and inspired you? You spoke very confidently about the barrier that you had about, not being able to go on solo trips, and how your husband was the person who inspired you and helped you break that barrier, and how you discovered yourself. You can, there are some suggestions. You can avoid repetition of sentences and stay within the time limit. I think you were very, very close in your time limit. So you could make it a little briefer, the storyline, and add a bit of a conclusion to engage the audience more. Overall, it was very inspiring, and you spoke very confidently. I'll go to the next speaker. Speaker number 6 was Chandra Yusuf. I think Sachin has already evaluated him. Madam Presiding Officer, do I need to evaluate Chandra Yusuf again?
No, I think the ones that have been covered, we can leave that in the better interest of time.
Okay. Speaker number 8, Bindu Joseph, has also been covered by Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal. And speaker number 10, also covered by Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal, Sunil Gupta. So, Prasang, can you just tell me who is left out?
I think Sunil will be able to talk.
No one left.
All right, sure. That's
No one is left.
all covered, yeah.
Okay, great. Fine. I conclude now by thanking all the participants, the table topic speakers, for such a wonderful table topic marathon. It was very exciting, very engaging. Thank you, Toastmaster, table topic master, for a lovely topics. All in all, the table topic session was very well conducted, and it was all the participants. Thank you very much for the lovely stories that we heard from you. Very inspiring. And those who didn't get an opportunity, look forward to seeing you all in the next session. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Priya, for your detailed evaluation. A big round of applause to our Toastmaster Priya. Dear Toastmasters, how was the meeting? I thoroughly enjoyed today's meeting. And dear Toastmasters, Life and barriers are two faces of a same coin. We can't see life without barriers and barriers without life. But we need to learn how to cope with the barriers. With this, I would like to hand it over this session to our president, Toastmasters Jaspreet ma'am, to announce the results of today's meeting. Thank you all. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Kala. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Kala for helping us go through this meeting in such a successful manner. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kala. Now, before we move ahead, do we have any guests in the meeting? No, Chandra, I don't consider as guest now. He is a regular visitor. So I don't need to take his feedback. Let's go ahead because otherwise we'll run short of time. Now, the woes and the vows, the way it is the Gabby's culture to tell the woes and the vows, because obviously, we have to break the barriers again, we have to break the glass ceiling, we have to be better. So the woes and the vows are important for us. The meeting was good, very good, but then where could it have been better? Now, one thing which I felt today was that yes, role takers had to be little bit more prepared. Just before the meeting, if we give a thought to it, if we connect with the mentors or we connect with anyone who we feel can add on something to our existing knowledge, that will make the meeting quite better than what it is. Now, for example, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Kala, she's there. Yes, she's there. So it is the Toastmaster of the day who reads the speech objectives and does the normal nomenclature, the telling of the name and the way it has to be announced. So that could have been done in a better manner. You can go back and check the recording, and we can always see recordings of other meetings as well. So that we know, like, this is where I want to brush myself up, so I can see it according to that. Now, Toastmaster Mamta, there was a bit of a lag in your voice as well. And there was little bit, I could feel little bit plus and minus as far as the timing was concerned. So my suggestion is we can have a maybe two clocks next to us to check the time so that it happens properly, because I was just trying to keep a track myself and I felt there was little bit, and you can connect with me personally on this for maybe understanding it better, because when we have guests from outside and all that, and if even little bit it goes here or there and somebody raises an objection, so that is what we need to be. And otherwise also, when we are doing the timing, people are dependent on us, they're trusting us for giving a speech. We need to be very careful about that. And again, the Toastmaster Sachin, the TT for the odd table topic speakers. So Toastmaster Sachin, in the beginning, you had named yourself as TTE odd, but in the course of the meeting, you changed. So I don't know if there was a reason for that, because that makes it clear to the listeners, audience, everybody, that one TTE is for odd, one is for the even number of speakers. So in case there was a confusion, do please connect with us so that next time we do it better, because it creates a little bit of confusion and a lot of pressure on you, because we had two table topic evaluators today, so that the pressure is balanced between two evaluators. But then you decided to take the entire pressure and did it. You did a good job, but then yes, we need to have the instructions clear. And the wow part, the meeting was beautiful. In spite of whatever happens, the meeting was good. Everybody participated, and the table topic master is going from better to best. Maybe he did a great job. He's not there. He's already, no, he's there. Yes. So, yes, Chandra, you can fill in the poll, please. So Prasang, yes, you did a good job, and it is going on better day by day. So please keep continuing on this journey, because this evolving, the process of evolution should never stop. The day we feel okay, now I've started doing this job fine, so I'll just walk in the meeting and do it, that is the end of it. So we need to fine tune ourselves every day, every meeting, every role. That is actually the purpose of this entire thing, that we put everything on hold and we are sitting over here. So I think with this, we can move on to the results if the results are ready. Toastmaster Sunil, are we ready with the results?
Yes, I'm giving you WhatsApp.
Okay, fine. Okay. So, what all categories did we do it for? Toastmaster Sunil?
Favorite role player and table topic
Okay,
speaker.
fine. So the favorite role player. Now, I was not aware that this is going to come up as the result, but then I think I've already spoken all praises about you, Toastmaster Prasang. So you are the favorite role taker for the day, Toastmaster Prasang. A big round of applause for you. So see, the result came just now, but then I already spoke all praises about you. And the favorite table topic speaker. Who else will it be if this person is there in the meeting? Toastmaster Bindu, congratulations for being the best table topic speaker. And then she says, I don't deliver speeches. I need to fine tune. You're already really very good at doing that. So with this, we are well on time. And with this, I declare the meeting ended. And yes, one important thing, we have our meetings on Saturdays at 10 a.m. This Saturday, we are having a linkers meeting with BRICS, which will happen from 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. IST. So we will not have the meeting in the morning at 10 o'clock. It will be in the evening at 4:30. And many of us sitting over here are role takers over there. Half of us, I think. And the rest of you who are not role takers, please be there to enjoy the fun. And it's a different meeting. It's a very interesting, exciting meeting. So be there to enjoy the fun. We'll share the details. The poster has been shared in the group. We'll reshare it so that everybody remembers. So hope to have all of you there to have the fun and enjoy and see, when so many countries meet and a Toastmaster meeting happens, how does it feel like it? So with this, I declare the meeting ended and see you on Saturday. Thank you.